Hey there, what's going on guys? Today I'm sharing with you 5 Minecraft mansion seeds that I personally discovered myself. Before I get started, I just want to let you know that there will be a link in the description to my website that has all of the coordinates listed for locations that I show in this video. That's just so there's a place for you to easily see all of the coordinates without having to pause the video and whatnot. And so the description doesn't get too cluttered. It just makes everything easier for me and you. If you find a seed you like or end up enjoying this video, remember to turn on notifications so you always know when I upload. Alrighty, let's get started. The first seed I'm showing you today features a mansion that is the furthest away in the seeds I'm showing in this video. The mansion is still within 1,000 blocks away from your spawn location, so that's actually not far at all. The mansion sits near some mountains as it's near an extreme hills biome, so it has some pretty decent scenery around it. There's a lot to explore in this mansion as there is at least 6 rooms at the top floor of the mansion, including one of the arena rooms. In addition to things to explore inside of the mansion, there is actually 3 villages within a fairly reasonable distance from the mansion too. The first village sits on the edge of a small forest and it has a blacksmith and a church. The blacksmith has quite a bit of loot for you inside of it. The second village, the one closest to the mansion, has no blacksmith, but there's a church and it sits on a mountain, so it looks pretty cool. Again, this is the closest village to the mansion. The final village is actually the closest village to spawn. This village actually has a bunch of iron inside of the blacksmith, so pretty solid loot. I really like the terrain near this village too. Mountains and an ocean and rivers, pretty cool. Of course, 3 villages and a mansion, all within reasonable distance from spawn. It's a pretty cool seed if you ask me. The next seed features a mansion right next to your spawn location. Some trees might be in your way, but if you move around them, you can actually see the mansion from around the area where you spawn into the world. The mansion is just a bit over 100 blocks away from where you spawn in, possibly even less than 100 blocks at its closest point. I know you spawn in a swamp and a lot of people don't like to build in swamps, but on the opposite side of the mansion, there are plenty of nice areas to build at. Or you can try to get creative within the swamp if you want to build a spawn location or whatever. But yeah, the main point of this seed is that this mansion is super close. It's pretty awesome finding a mansion that's this close to spawn. I counted 10 rooms on the top floor of the mansion. I found my favorite room, the chicken room, on the 2nd floor. Oh, also, since you spawn inside of a swamp, there's a witch hut pretty close to spawn if you want to visit that. I figured I'd let you know about the witch hut since it's just another location. It's not super exciting and it's not like a village or anything, but it's something to see, I guess. So yeah, pretty cool seed with a mansion close to spawn, a pretty rare thing to find right near where you spawn in, although not the only mansion that's going to be that close to spawn that you will see in this video, so make sure to stay tuned. So we just saw a mansion right near spawn. Now let's see a village near spawn. Look east of spawn and you'll see a village just a few blocks away from your spawn location. I always get happy when I'm able to discover seeds that have villages or some other structure generate right near your spawn. The village has a blacksmith in it. I wasn't incredibly thrilled with the loot, but it had food and iron leggings, which is fine for a village right next to your spawn point. If you are to continue on southeast from the village, only a few hundred blocks away, you'll find the mansion that's near spawn in this seed. The mansion actually generates right near a ravine. Make sure you don't fall in while you're traveling to the mansion. I actually found 3 arena rooms on the top floor of this mansion. You can find plenty of loot in those arena rooms, so I definitely recommend exploring them if you get a chance. And those 3 on the top floor aren't the only arena rooms I found either. I found one on the 2nd floor too. I just like showing rooms that I like to always find in mansions, and arena rooms are one of those rooms. I want to mention that if you head the opposite direction from spawn, northeast, you'll actually find an ocean monument that way. Just something else that I wanted to mention in this seed. It's the opposite direction from spawn to the mansion and the village, but that's alright. It gives you something to find in a different part of the world, so you can explore somewhere else. So yeah, a pretty cool seed with a mansion not too far away from spawn, and a village right next to where you spawn. Yeah, like I said, pretty cool. Next up, I have another seed with a mansion that's super close to spawn. You spawn inside of a roofed forest, but if you head east just a few steps, you'll be able to find a plains biome and you can see the mansion from the plains biome. You may spawn on top of the trees in the roofed forest too, then you don't have to go to the plains biome, you can just see the mansion from where you are on top of the trees. So this is another seed that has a mansion that's about 120 or so blocks away from spawn. Pretty cool finding 2 seeds that have mansions this close to spawn. I just had to add them both into the video. I mean, it's rather rare to find a mansion this close to spawn. I counted 7 rooms on the top floor of the mansion, including my favorite rooms, the chicken and the cat room. I always show those because they're just really random rooms and I like them just because they're so random. Also, just so you know why I always say the number of rooms on the top floor, it's so you have an idea on how big the mansion is. The bottom 2 floors on most mansions are pretty much the same, and the top floor kind of determines how big the mansion really is. About 540-ish blocks away from the mansion is this village. It doesn't have a blacksmith or a church, but the terrain around the village is really cool. There's a cool looking mountain with waterfalls. There's a ravine nearby too. I just really like this terrain and I really like this seed. With a mansion just super close to spawn, only about 100 blocks away from your spawn point. Again, this is just a great seed. The final seed I want to show you is a seed that has a spawn between a mansion and a village. Well, pretty much. It's not exactly in the middle, but if you move like 100 blocks west, you'll be in the middle of them. The mansion is towards the north and the village is towards the south. Let's start with the village. It sits on the edge of a river and it has a blacksmith. I didn't find much loot in the blacksmith, just some bread, boots, and a saddle, but I mean, that's fine for a village that close to spawn. Can't expect everything. As for the mansion, I counted 10 rooms on the top floor, including, like the last mansion, a chicken room and a cat room. There is a ton to explore on the other 2 floors too. That includes an arena room on the middle floor, or the 2nd floor, whatever you like to call it, and plenty of rooms with loot on the ground floor, or the 1st floor, whatever you like to call it. So yeah, this is another seed with plenty to see in such a short distance from spawn. Being able to pretty much spawn right in the middle of where a village and a mansion is gives you a chance to choose which way to go. I mean, you can choose if you want to go to the mansion first or the village. Personally, I would choose the village. That way I don't have to, fight the danger in the mansion. But that's obviously up to you. Regardless, it's a pretty cool seed, at least in my opinion, and, well, that's why I showed this seed. I wouldn't show a seed that I didn't like. That just doesn't make that. I mean, that doesn't make much sense. Anyways, let's go ahead to the outro now. So yeah, that's going to do it for this one, guys. I've shown you 5 seeds that I was able to discover that have mansions really close to spawn. Perhaps you found a seed you were looking for. I hope you did. If you didn't, let me know, and I'll possibly create another one of these videos. Or you can check out some of my other videos too. I have plenty of videos featuring Minecraft seeds on my channel. If you know of a Minecraft seed that is really interesting, that you would like to share with everyone, please feel free to leave it in the comments so people can check it out. If you're new to my channel, thanks for stopping by. I hope you check out some of my other videos too. If you're not new around here, thanks for watching another video. If you haven't already and you would like to, be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you never miss an upload. Again, like I said in the intro, I will be having a link to the coordinates in the description. It'll be a link to my website, so you can click that. All the coordinates, all the seeds will be on that page on my website. And yeah, feel free to browse through the rest of my website too. Yeah, so once again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm out of here. See ya.